Your body isn't a problem to fix. It's a system to support. From PMS to pregnancy to menopause. Ollie's Women's Wellness line is built on real science for every stage. No guilt, no stigmas, just science-backed supplements that work with you, not against you. Choose science over shame. Find support at a retailer near you or on ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Do you like dungeons?
If you kill us all in this dungeon, how are you gonna feel?
14 acid damage.
How about dragons?
Is there a dragon here, though?
There could be.
I'm Paul, the DM and producer of Make Believe Heroes, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure for all ages. If you're looking for top quality production values, including music, sound effects, with humor, heart, and occasionally a bit of horror, then go now and check out Make Believe Heroes, a proud member of the Potteration Network.
Hey there, quick reminder, we are still running the Grit System Game Jam, the first one ever, through August 25th. There are third-party commercial-friendly licenses for all of our games and for the Grit System itself. It's perfect if you have a cool adventure game idea you've been working on, or want to hack something weird and use a bunch of dice that generally aren't D20s, or hey, maybe you want to bring a D20 to Grit, whatever. Check out stillfleet.com/GameJam2026, bring your cool ideas by August 25th, and guest judges, not us, but guest judges will award prizes, including some modest cash prizes and the chance of getting a published zine. So please reach out with any questions. We're really excited to see what you do. Thanks so much.
Welcome to Why We Roll,
A tabletop role-playing game design podcast by the Stillfleet Studio.
We're your hosts, Chris Pickett, creator of the historical fantasy game Dance Macabre,
And Wythe Marschall, creator of the political sci-fi game Stillfleet.
Through the show, we hope to amplify new creative voices.
We chat with different indie TTRPG designers, talking through a range of questions that are pertinent to many designers, players, and GMs.
We hope to showcase fresh and even challenging ideas about what makes imagination-based games so powerful.
Before we introduce today's guest, a reminder. If you enjoy this episode, please consider supporting the show and all of our games over at patreon.com/Stillfleet.
Okay, let's find out why we roll. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Why We Roll, the tabletop role-playing game chat show from the Stillfleet Studio. As ever, I am Chris Pickett, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host.
Hey, it's me, Wythe Marschall. What's up, Chris?
Hey, not much, Wythe. I'm kind of confused tonight. I can't tell if this is a podcast episode or a comedy club, because tonight we're joined by 3 game designers, come comedians. David Piccolomini. Say hi if you want to.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were doing. I didn't know if it was one at a time.
No, it's okay. I didn't.
David, Dan, and
yeah, I didn't prep you for anything. I'm just throwing you into the weeds.
Hi, hello, hi.
We're also joined by Dan Metz.
Hey, how's it going?
And last but not least, we are joined by Miel Markus, our master of ceremonies for the evening.
Hello, welcome to the show. Let's do it.
Regular listeners may realize, you may have an epiphany that this is more guests than we typically have. And that's because tonight we have a special episode. We're going to be playing a game that these 3 wrote together and I believe is going up on GameFound. Am I correct?
That's correct. Eventually coming soon to GameFound. Yeah.
We are crowdfunding it in GameFound in the fall.
Okay, in the fall. Yeah. Very good. Well, this episode will be out on podcast well before then.
But the itch is out. The early access playbook is out.
As of recording, we've just dropped our sort of ashcan preview version that you can get on our itch.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Well, Wythe and I both have copies, obviously, because we're going to be playing with y'all tonight. And I will say it's great. It's a really well-written game. It's super fun. It's got a lot of really cool, interesting concepts that you don't normally see at the TTRPG table. So I'm excited to jump into it.
Let's go.
Yeah,
sick.
So should we turn it over to Miel as master of ceremonies?
Yeah. Do we want to just get right into it? Like,
Yeah.
Did
do we
we
want to give
say
any?
the name of the game?
Actually, no,
You
that is a
said
good point,
when-
Chris. Let's have you guys introduce what the game is for maybe even fewer than
Yeah.
5 minutes. Not even a 5 minute
give
pitch,
us-
just the quick pitch. What is Road
Give us
Warriors?
the true elevator.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Road Warriors is a is a TTRPG where you play as fledgling comedians out on your first tour. You've done open mics, you've done some shows in whatever town you come from, and this is the first time that you are out on the road. And because this is the first time, you've been stuck together with a bunch of other comedians that are at the exact same level as you. You're not good yet, and so the gigs are not good. The venues are even worse, and you are just trying to emotionally hold it together long enough so that you can make it, and next time you don't need these guys.
Also, your hit points are self-esteem.
You said points to your self-esteem. It's kind of based on Blades in the Dark, sort of a very monkeyed with Forged in the Dark game where the basic cycle is arrive in a town, find out everything that's wrong with your venue, fix it as best you can, and get on stage, and then do it all again and in the next town. That's kind of the hope for the arc of the show of the game. So yeah, that's Road Warriors.
That was our 2-minute pitch.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Let's do it. Let's hit the road. Let's hit
that road, you guys. Yeah. Let's see what awaits you. So you guys all wake up in the Airbnb that was booked by your manager for this stop of your tour. It was supposed to be easily accessible to the nearest town, which means, of course, it was about half an hour down a lightless dirt road. It was supposed to be comfortable for 2 to 5 guests, which, of course, means a single double bed and a couch that you determined after much investigation does not fold out. But it's a brand new day, and you guys have an address for where your next show is supposed to be. So why don't we see where each of you, where does the morning find each of our major comedians here in this absolutely flea-ridden Airbnb in the middle of nowhere?
So we're in a Airbnb with one double bed and one couch that was supposed to be a pull-out couch. That is just a.
That you kind of figured was a pull-out because it said 2 to 4 guests. So I was it's probably 2 double beds maybe. I don't know where that 4th guest was supposed to. Maybe it was aspirational,
Yeah, the 4th guest is just there. They visit and then they go home.
That is temporary. It's all
2 to 4 people could stay there. 2 people could stay there. You could have 2 people hang out for a little while. There's room for that.
Yeah.
How is the outside situation? Is it raining?
It is very sort of. You're in kind of Western Pennsylvania area. It's relative. It's not that early in the morning. You're comedians, but it's relatively early in the morning, and it's kind of sort of shitty, sort of misty, sort of pissy. It's not actively raining, but probably it was right before you woke up, and so everything's just kind of moist. And doesn't. It's not it's kind of you're in the country, so there's a little bit of that fresh dude leaves type of vibe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What I think we should do is each of us should introduce our character and say where we're sleeping, where we slept.
Yeah.
I got mine. I got an idea.
All right, go ahead, Chris. Start us off.
So in the bathroom of the Airbnb, and I think if the entire Airbnb we're agreeing that it's kind of run down, kind of shitty. This bathroom it's gross. It's like a Motel 6 kind of bathroom. There's the molding has gone completely black. Nobody's scrubbed it in years. And you see that in the bathtub, there's a comforter and kind of a squished up pillow. The shower head is slowly dripping onto the pillow, just a drip, drip, drip. And standing at the sink in the mirror, you see Charles Jorkin Wythe. He is a lanky 6'5" man. He's probably about 27 years old or so. He's got a 5-day shadow that just hasn't been touched. His hair is greasy and tousled. He has black kind of curly hair, and he's if you can imagine like the opening scene of Silent Hill 2 for PlayStation 2, he's staring into the mirror above the sink, and he's just like staring hard at himself, and he kind of like rubs his face, and he just says, "All right, CJ, it's another day. You can do this." And he looks out the window and he just sees the piss rain and the mist, and he just like sighs a deep sigh, stretches out, and then goes to look for some coffee, I suppose.
There is no coffee at the Airbnb.
Son of a bitch. I think he just goes out to whoever's on the couch and tries to wake them up.
Who does he find on the couch? Does he find someone on the couch? Come on.
He's taking the couch.
Dan?
I'm outside, so
who wants to be the
outside.
least?
I'm not on the
Okay. Oh, I'm on the couch then. I'm on the couch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Larry Mosby sleeps on the couch like a vampire, just firmly still, legs and arms crossed, like they're about to be buried. Larry Mosby is a man in his 50s. He's an ex-pastor. And he left the ministerhood after realizing that he doesn't believe in any of it, and he needs to pursue his true dream of doing stand-up comedy as the never before done comedian idea. He bills himself as the only comedian that dares to ask, "What if Jesus was a woman?" And does it does crowd work as Jesus Christ, finding out people's sins and absolving them of them.
Beautiful.
Is it also like a drag act? Is there like
it's a diva drag act.
Canadian Jesus,
right
Jesus
on.
Christ. Beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
I love it.
For those viewers on video, ignore the fact that David put Jesus Christ in his. Vex, what we do in the shadows as character. Yes.
It's our good friend in the chat, Vex. What we do in the shadows as.
Yeah. No, it just sleeps like this and rises like a vampire, but is sweet in the saddest way.
So yeah, which of you is more freaked out? Are you more freaked out to encounter this looming demon over you, or watching this little old man sit up like a vampire?
I think nothing really surprises CJ at this point. He's just like, "Hey, you dusty old queen, let's go get some coffee."
I feel like I do feel like these are two people that wouldn't be faced by each other in terms of just Larry.
Yeah.
It's just like, obviously I've dealt with vampires. The amount of times
You're
I
on the
deal
road,
with vampire, I'm so glad I'm done with that life.
So
I would not believe the amount of vampires I had to get rid of as a priest.
Crouching on the bed, having slept in a way that only someone with a complete sense of conviction could, just sprawled completely out, but awake at 4:30 in the morning to get on his phone, to get on Reddit. You will see Ed Blake, aka Eddie Speaks, with kind of blondish hair, cut nice and tight. He is wearing like a nice pair of slacks with a belt, but like a band t-shirt tucked into it, and is like 6'4", rail thin, just scrolling through conspiracy theory Reddit and arguing with non-believers. The man who is absolutely and has been ready for coffee for the last 2 hours.
Sick. And finally, Wythe, what you said you're outside?
Yeah,
so as the rest of them go to the car, they find. Yeah.
Well, I think as Eddie is scrolling, I am simultaneously outside and inside because a one metal nunchuck comes in through the window. And it doesn't break the window because the window's cracked, but it does break the screen.
Yeah.
And I think it surprises the fuck out of Eddie Blake. And you see a tall, balding 40-year-old sorry, 47-year-old man with bad shave, but more or less clean shaven, with nunchucks in kind of a normal Oxford shirt, slacks, like could wear to an office situation. And he has a big tattoo of a Ninja Turtle with a yellow bandana with guns in both hands, kind of all on his neck and shoulder. That's peeking out from above the collared shirt. That's like loose for the weather. I assume it's the summer. And
yeah, that opened down to like here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's practicing nunchucks, and he also has a big coffee. One reason he lost control momentarily, very rarely, of his kata is that he walked in the early morning to a Wawa that is like way down the street and got a large coffee just for himself, and did not think the other comics would want coffee, and there's no coffee in this Airbnb. So he is drinking the coffee while practicing nunchucks until it is time to go. He has been up, but not doing anything remotely useful. And this is Robert Michael, and he goes by Robert Michael or Turtleneck, which is his act. He also, as a rapper, he goes by Machiavelli, which he unironically does not ever reference Tupac. He references the Prince.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure.
He never mentions it, and he's definitely not not necessarily someone you'd associate with rap music. But yeah, he's real into rap music, real into nunchucks, and he's ready to do jokes. He's always ready to do jokes. He always has a story ready to go, and he always asks you call him by both his names. It's not two different names. It's Robert Michael.
So real quick, I just I want to add something that will I think just add a little bit of flavor to your character. This is a real court case that got resolved recently in New York. Nunchucks became re-legalized after 30 years because a guy petitioned his First Amendment, or his not First Amendment. Which one's the
Second Amendment?
Second Amendment.
Second Amendment,
right?
Surely it's the Second Amendment. Yeah. Using them for artistic practice. That's First Amendment.
No, but it was Second Amendment. They were infringing his Second Amendment rights not to have hand nunchucks.
Nunchucks, yeah, great.
Just something.
Robert Michael is exercising his constitutional rights.
It was cool when it was illegal. It's actually still cool, even though it is legal.
So yeah, these are our intrepid heroes. You guys are gonna head, presumably first stop is coffee. And as we see you guys all there's one more question before we move on to the next phase, which is, how are you guys getting around? Tell me about the car you guys are using to get across this great nation.
I feel like as the oldest and previously most established sounding person, I think Larry would probably have some kind of like church van or something, like specifically a white van.
Larry, did you requisition a church van?
Yeah, like church branding on the side of it.
Oh yeah, no, I stole one at the end of that. I had a breakdown. That's what happened. Is I hit my 50s and I had a breakdown and I stole a van.
Yeah, the equivalent of like when that flight attendant just quit his job by like pulling the escape door and sliding down the thing. That was like taking the van, like
whipping shitties in the church parking lot.
Yeah. See you losers later. See you all.
I'm gonna go be a star.
Perfect. So does it still have the
I'm the only comedian that would ever dare to ask, what if Jesus was a woman?
Does it still have the like vineyards of like believers, like the whatever Fishers of Men Ministries like decal on the side?
Fishers of Men.
Perfect. So yeah, as you all load into your church van, huh? You got any more details about this church van, Larry?
Yeah, okay. So the church I was a part of. Yeah, listen, I was ready to move on.
You were about to say something.
I've got more. Sure. My church, my old church, the First Faith of the Divine.
First Faith. Okay, great.
So yeah, it's just
what denomination is
on
that?
the side.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah. So as you guys load into the First Faith of the Divine van, and rumble your way up this dirt road. It's much easier now that it's light out. On your way to the Wawa that Turtleneck knows is there. We're gonna do your character connections. So on your character sheets, there should be a list of possible connections. Each of you will have one with one other character. So hopefully, each of you will also have somebody initiate a connection with you. So why don't we just go? I'm just going to go by the order that you are on my screen here, and I'm going to say, Wythe, you have a connection in mind.
Yes.
One of these. How do you know these idiots? How did you end up in this van?
Because I have a podcast about sex and relationship advice with, who is the funniest? I don't think it's is Jesus Christ. Even though I do think that's funny.
I would listen to that podcast IRL.
He's
okay. Then it sounds like it is. Sounds like this is what Jesus is giving advice about. Yeah.
Are you in character as Jesus Christ on this podcast?
I don't have another identity.
Larry is dead. Jesus lives.
So I think the podcast is it's got all kinds of great like puns about religion and sex and gender, and it's actually kind of interesting. But because I do all the branding and I pay a teenager who does not listen to it or care about us to actually do all the marketing, it looks like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ads for selling weed, so it's like the big Garfield style, like everyone's got like really red eyes. So the branding does not fit the subject matter at all, but the actual conversations are great, David.
It's just like it's like a Garfield as Ninja Turtles, like it's like four Garfields as Ninja Turtles saying like Jesus says it's okay to be gay. Also,
exactly, yeah. It's Garfield smoking a crypto coin. Exactly, yeah. Yes. But it's like a podcast about gender, yeah.
Perfect. Which is Machiavelli the Ninja Turtle and like Big Natural's Jesus getting high together on all the ads. Yeah, perfect. All right, Jesus, tell us about your connections with another one of these comedians.
All right, Larry Mosby has a imaginary podcast. I think we go for it, guys. I think we all have a podcast with one other person. We do the forbidden podcasting trend. It's never been done in our game before. Everybody's not had a podcast with another person, but I think I have an imaginary podcast with Edward Blake, Eddie Speaks, because
perfect.
I feel too bad to not. I don't know what he's talking about in his conspiracy theories. I don't know what these are, but he was like, "Do you want to do a podcast?" And I felt too bad to not, so I set up an imaginary podcast about where I just interview him about.
So is it imaginary in the sense of like the mics aren't plugged in, or nobody listens to it?
Oh no, I record it and then I put it on a box and then it goes away.
Perfect.
But they are hour-long interviews that I don't want to speak for Eddie, but I think Eddie takes pretty seriously, where I'm just interviewing him about this place and it's one of those like they have a guy bring in an article and a guy know nothing about it.
Yeah.
They just
every week
but it's just you reading news headlines. It's just it's
you
just
nodding along to the stories of Tartaria. Okay, great, perfect.
Yeah, which is important because Eddie was homeschooled at the only real church of Jesus Christ, a Giant.
Okay, beautiful.
Jesus was real and was 16 feet tall.
Of course, he was a Fomori.
He was exactly.
And he was a he. Thank you very much. The alternative is preposterous.
That's just what every episode of y'all's podcast. Yeah, that's what every episode devolves into, is just y'all arguing over that specifically.
It is an easy way to tell whether it is true Christianity or a cover-up by the aliens, based on how tall you believe Jesus to have been.
Jesus, a man over 12 feet tall. Two most crucial elements. Yeah. Divinity third. Yeah.
Whereas my Jesus is 5'2", a woman, and doesn't exist. Crucially. Because I stopped believing in them when I ruptured from the church.
Well,
Was it
speaking
not
of
Jesus who said, "I'm every woman"?
she's all in me.
Okay.
Well, speaking of being tall, that's actually how Eddie and I know each other. We have a podcast together because I think you said that Eddie's over 6 feet tall, correct?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, and I think if I remember, I said CJ is 6'7". So yeah, the two of us just have a hangout podcast that's just about being over 6 feet tall and how dope it is. But
Is it called the weather up here?
No, it's called the Tall Kings. But we also talk about practical advice, like, extending your life as a tall person, like you have a shorter lifespan, avoiding tripping, how to stand up without fainting. Like we go through real shit on the podcast. We get a little deep with it, but ultimately it's just a celebration of how great it is to be taller than every other peon that you see.
Beautiful.
This
gorgeous.
is the most confident loser we've had.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, that's the only thing that he has.
We'll go over. Let's do our last. I believe Dan Eddie needs to still make his connection
with turtleneck.
Yeah. We have a pretentious podcast.
Yes, we do.
What are we pretentious about?
Name a topic.
Well, my
Ninja
whole
Turtles?
thing is, I became a comic after a divorce, but I don't think it's about divorce. I think it is like politics, yeah, but it's like politics through the lens of Ninja Turtles and like, like just it's conspiracies, right? It's like all conspiracies all the way down, including like conspiracies about Krang and Shredder and
Fun fact, Eddie Speaks. Also divorced, so this is just an incredibly divorced podcast.
Oh God!
About martial arts,
terrible.
Ninja Turtles, and the Tartarian Empire.
So it's about alt. What if it's alt-tart? It's like alternative Tartarian history, but it's just a way to get at things we think are maybe true. Alt-tart. I don't think any of them are true, but yeah.
Perfect.
This is definitely like a flight of fancy for you a little bit, and I'm like definitely trying to bring you on board for real. Like,
I pay the same 16-year-old to do all of the technical work and have no idea what happens after. So like we could have 100,000 listeners or one listener or zero. I mean, I don't know if you listen to it.
Important question: is this your child that you have hired to do this?
Absolutely not. He's a kid who started selling me weed,
very clear about
which is now legal in New York, but in New Jersey, and he could just upcharge me because I don't think I knew I could just go buy it at a shop, so I'm paying double to buy it from a sketchy teen.
Perfect.
But he knows computers real good. Yeah,
and you're paying him for all of these AI generated images.
100%.
Getting high with Big Natural Jesus. Yeah, perfect.
I'm paying his pro Nano Banana account to make Ninja Turtle Jesus pictures. Yeah,
and they say the gig economy's bad.
Well, how could it be?
How could it be?
Such wonders.
How could it be? We're making jobs over here.
Yeah. Amazing. So yeah, just before we arrive at your venue, which you're following your GPS down the rickety roads of rural Pennsylvania to find. Let's tell as a final moment, tell us about your playbook, because in this game every comedian has a specific style of guy they are, and tell us about your playbook. We'll start this time with Dan, because we started with Wythe before.
So, Eddie Speaks is the philosopher. I got into comedy because I have a message. And in my case, a message that could only be delivered through stand-up comedy, because otherwise it's entirely unbelievable. But I'm hoping that by speaking my truth into the mic, even on a comedy stage, I can change some minds and hopefully free us from oppression and bring back the Tartarian Empire.
That's right.
First they'll laugh about it, but it gets it in there. Yeah.
Exactly. Wake up, sheeple.
Wake up. All right. Chris, tell us about your playbook. Tell us about Mr. Jork and Wheatus's playbook.
Yeah. CJ Wheatus, his playbook is the loser. He's got a couple of fun abilities. His road ability is day job. Pick a full-time job. I'm gonna go logistics specialist. So basically,
All
a
right.
fancy way of saying packing and shipping packages. That's pretty much it. When rolling a mundane save, I add plus 1d6 to that save for my day job. Also, the gig ability is Tough Room. When a bit fails, I can choose to gain 2 self-esteem instead of losing 1. Fill a random group table 1 point.
Nice.
But yeah, Wheatus, he's a loser. He knows it. Most of his comedy is about commiserating over the misery of the human experience and how we're all losers at heart, from the poorest pauper to the greatest king.
He's got a message Zen
too.
Loser thing.
Yeah. It's a kind of like a holy fool. Let's call it that.
Right. All right. Yeah. Hey, Turtleneck. What the hell are you?
What is anybody? I'm a storyteller, Miel, man in the sky asking me my thoughts. I'm a storyteller. I'm a scumbag. My playbook is that I punch down and I'm an edgelord. You guys wrote this. I didn't write this. So yeah, I'm good at schmoozing and embellishing.
This is just pulled from real life.
Oh, you found this buried in upstate New York and brought it to Utah, and now the game is
stuck his face in a hat and
it was on a golden tablet that you found in the desert.
Right. And now all of our livers are eaten every day by a giant vulture. Sure, I've been there.
You gotta show me those plates sometime.
I'm good at punching down. I can pick one PC and if they accept, improve their joke roll, but at their expense. So I think I make fun of them and then they do better somehow. I think you'll have to explain that.
Well, no, you do better.
I do better. Great! I love that.
You get extra dice for your roll. And they get experience. They get drink tickets, because they have now had that experience of being punched down upon by you.
Got it. Yeah, they kick rocks and tilt their head and walk away, and they live and learn. And then edgelord, once per cycle, add plus d6 to a joke roll for each audience group not won over. So I think that's implying that if I kind of split the audience and some people hate me, that's actually good. Maybe
when the room is cold during the show, you can get a little bit of extra juice out of it.
We love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And finally, great. Larry Mosby, aka Jesus Christ. David Piccolomini.
As you might imagine, I'm the weirdo. So the weirdo is all about taking big swigs with and not really feeling it. So when I make audacious jokes, which are the high, the you need the most for, you need to hit a 6 on those. I take 0 self-esteem damage if I fail that. And if I make big swing rolls on stage, it automatically hits the audience for more points.
You get to,
that I'm doing something weird.
You're just being silly. They don't get it. They don't get it necessarily. They like that you're being so silly.
Yeah, we're just having fun here.
Right. So yeah, so these 4 maniacs trundle along and finally arrive at the destination that their GPS has been pointing them to.
I do not trundle, Miel. I do not trundle.
Well, the van trundles. And you pull up in front of what appears to be some sort of non-denominational religious structure. And then, as you call it, it has a little sign that says "Last Mile Funeral Solutions." And there's actually quite a few cars here already. It's surprisingly early for that to be the case. You knew this was a private gig. This wasn't going to be at a club, but you weren't quite prepared for that. And as you sort of find a place to park and or to begin to sort of come out of the car and figure out what's going on, a sort of very serious-looking man, probably in his late 30s, early 40s, comes up and very sternly, but pointedly, is just like, "Hi, can I help you guys?"
What's this guy wearing?
He's wearing a dark suit and a tie. He's wearing brown shoes with black suit. It looks really bad.
Oh man, yeah, I think CJ would clock that immediately, but then also shy away a bit because this is obviously a figure of authority here at the funeral home. So he's
Look,
just going to like turn away.
I recognize a religious institution. I'm ready for this. Hi. We're here for the comedy show. We are, as you can tell, the entertainment.
He sort of gives you a very like the comedy, and as he sort of is like trying to, as you can see the wheels in his head turning, a voice from the door goes, "Is that the comedians? The comedians are here! Oh, thank goodness!" And you can see sort of teetering towards you across the lawn on heels that are much too high is a much older woman who's very effusively happy that to see you, and she rushes up and says, "I'm so glad you're here. Oh, no, I told you about this. He said it was in his will. He wanted it here. He wanted them. I thank you so much for coming right this way. Hi, I'm Victoria. It's such a pleasure to meet you all." And as she sort of starts, the younger man is just like, "What, Auntie Vicky? What is this? What are you talking? You actually hired comedians? We can't do this. This is no. Be quiet. No, it'll be fun. You know, your father. He was a very lovely. He had a big heart. He was full of love, and he just wanted this. Okay, I don't see why you have to try to take this away from all of us." And just breaks down into tears and sort of collapses against CJ, like sort of leaning against you, and just sort of is, and he's just like, "Fine, yes, come on through, I guess." Says the younger man.
For the podcast.
Yeah. And he leads you into what is very clearly it's a funeral parlor. There's a growing number of somberly dressed people of various ages. There is at the end of a long sort of room full of rows of chairs. There is a casket with a dead guy in it, with like a nice little photo of him propped up next to it. And you learn that this is the funeral of Leonard Jones. Lenny to his friends, and he clearly was a man who loved laughter. And so as you look around, you start to notice a couple of things. And for now, if we could show my little screen of clocks, we're going to learn about clocks and the road phase. So you have now officially entered the road. So this is the road clock. It tells you how much time you've got left to try to salvage things before the show. And you are starting to notice some things that might cause problems if the show were to go on. But thankfully you have a little bit of time left. You are noticing that drunk lady. Like, she's clearly supportive of you being here, but she's a wild card. That one. You've done these. You've been in this business long enough to know somebody who's going to cause a problem. That up and downness, you're going to need to figure out something to do about her. Also, you've noticed the setup in here is extremely unconducive to comedy. There isn't like properly any kind of like sound setup, stage, anything like that. There's a podium with one of these tiny little mics attached to it. And that's it as far as like places to deliver your comedy from. There's no way that doesn't come off. You're not going to be able to walk around, so you're going to have to figure something out about that. And also the lighting in here is ass. It's fluorescence. It's gross. It's it's very bright. Everybody has a good view of the corpse, but it's not really good sort of vibe lighting for a show. And other things you start to notice are that guy who was sort of really unhappy that you were here. He started to go around and like have really animated conversations with some of the other guests, and you can see a sort of consensus forming. Particularly, you can see among like definitely people kind of his age, and then like a few scattered other people of like they're forming an anti-comedy block around this family, and that's probably going to end up being a problem. If they're sitting there with like faces like a slapped ass. Yeah, exactly. And the last thing you notice, we'll leave this one as a little mystery for you to unsolve what that means. But the The next thing you notice right now is there's a bunch of kids running around. That's never a great sign. Never mind that they like can't sit still and like pay attention to what's going on. Their parents tend to get like really upset if you like make certain kinds of jokes and stuff. So like you got to do something about those kids. Or maybe maybe it turns out this is an all ages show. Whatever you want to do. So yeah, these are the problems that you're aware of for now. And the way that this works is each of you will have basically one role per each of these segments in this clock. And once this clock is full, it's time for the show. So your job is to get as much of these things dealt with before this fills up. And so once each of you have done something, one segment of that clock is going to fill up. And you can do whatever you want until it's time to take your action, make a roll. One of the consequences of doing anything is that this clock is going to start to fill up. But yeah, now it's kind of your game. Like now I'm gonna step back a little bit and I'm gonna say, here you are. You're in the funeral home. Dead guy, crying woman, clearly his sister. Uptight guy, clearly his son. Bunch of kids running around. What do you do? Hot shots?
It's a lot of disasters.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at this funeral. I thought funerals were typically calm, normal affairs where nobody had heightened emotions. I guess I was wrong.
And real quick,
that's why you don't do comedy shows after.
Oh, because we're doing a one shot, we should only have 7 self-esteem instead of 10.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Yes,
Okay.
you will start with a slightly reduced self-esteem.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so then we use our skills, our joke skills, to try and solve these problems.
Okay.
Would be the next way of looking at that.
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life, comedians only have one skill. If they had others, they would have a different job.
But if you'd like to do something that isn't explicitly like doing a joke or doing this kind of thing, you can do a mundane save that will have automatic success, but will affect your self-esteem. Runs the risk of affecting your self-esteem.
Potentially hurts your self-esteem much worse than even a failure on a joke roll would.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay.
But you know.
So we've got the uptight family. We've got the drunk sister is the woman who's crying. Is that who introduced us? Who brought us in?
That was who introduced you. Yeah, that was who actually the actual person who hired you.
Gotcha.
Trying to honor her dead brother's last wishes.
I think I have a plan for the sister.
Okay, she's kind of gotten herself together a little bit. She's sort of decided that what she needs is to soak up some of the wine with some of the food. So she's sort of parked herself by where those like canapes and stuff are.
I'm going to help try and sober her up I'm going to go up to her. Bam. I know what it's like to have been through a loss. I've comforted a lot of people through these like very difficult times. And one thing I found that works very well for people is to do a podcast. Would you like to do a podcast with me?
What's a podcast?
It's a place where I'll interview you for an hour and you'll tell me all of your thoughts about the dead, and we can honor him with a podcast. I guarantee you Lenny loved podcasts. That's how he found out about us.
That's why we're all
Lenny
here.
likes podcasts? Okay, well that sounds. Let me just get another drink and I'll yes. How do you do it?
We need your wits. We need your wits for the drinks. We're going to go into a private room together and we're just going to sit and we'll talk for a little bit. You want to be a little clear-headed because this is going to be remembered for a long time. So we're just going to...
You're trying to get me alone, huh? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is a charm save right here that you're trying to make. I don't think there's any jokes have been made yet.
No, I'm not making a commiserate. Okay.
Is that funny? What's funny? I mean, I think it's funny that you're offering her to have a podcast.
That's kind of the idea. Is I'm gonna just like the joke. I think is that like I'm doing like a really sad, like I'm just gonna be commiserating with her for like an hour about this guy being dead.
Yeah, I think that's a charm save.
That's fair. You're right. I get that. That's fair.
I mean,
I'll do
you
it.
still
Fuck
get
it.
you still get the D6s for your commiserate, right?
So to make a charm, yeah, what to make a charm save, you roll a number of dice equal to how many skills you've got under that attribute. So that's why it's
Hold on.
charm rather than.
Meal, hold on. If I show up as Jesus for the podcast, does that suddenly make
Does that make it a joke?
an audacious commiserate? Does that suddenly make an
If you lead
audacious?
her into the room and then say, "I'll be right back,"
Yeah.
do a quick change and return as Jesus. I'll let that be. What were you having, a schmooze, perhaps, or a commiserate?
I was hoping an audacious commiserate, as we just talked about, because I'm just going to talk about death. She's going to talk about death on a podcast that no one will ever listen to.
Perfect. Yeah, you that's bursting into the room in full Jesus persona.
Yes.
That's your drink roll. So instead of making them Mondays,
what is the payoff for that?
Yeah, what is the pay? It's the audacious. I would say I'd say if you do it, if this works, it will do. It'll give her an hour of getting her feelings out and of not drinking. So yeah, that would be a. What's the big? Come on, I wrote this game. The big payoff.
It would be greater effect.
A big good
greater payoff.
A big good thing.
Yeah.
Before you roll, I'm gonna pop in real fast. I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what would be a great addition? Is you guys are like eating some bread about it. I think it would work really well. I'm gonna use my ability, more of an ideas guy, where I don't actually contribute anything of substance. But
Nice.
My ideas are really what saved the day. So I get to help once without spending any self-esteem.
Great. Perfect.
Right.
So yeah,
And
David gets an extra die for that.
I'm going to spend 2 self-esteem doing this podcast. As I do every week with fucking Bites or Speaks.
Sure.
With Eddie Speaks. Okay, so I'm going to roll 4 dice, but I need a 6.
You need a 6 to succeed.
All right. No! I got 2 2s, a 5, and a 4.
No 6s. So yeah, basically, as soon as you come into the room, she's got her piece of bread. She's so startled by your changed demeanor and your change in persona. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you need the room?" And just leaves, and just refuses to sit down for the podcast. She's finds the drag queen of it all. Just
I'm
too threatening and overwhelming
with my podcasting equipment.
Yeah. And eventually, her nephew steps in and is like, "I think she needs some space. You guys, do you guys need any help getting set up? You guys need anything? Or are you guys good? You guys good? I think you guys are good. I hope you guys are good."
I think given that the nephew's associated with the Uptight family faction, right?
Yeah.
I think given that he's been introduced, seeing this, Charles Jorkin, CJ Wheatus, he's a loser and he knows it, and he's also kind of a glutton for punishment a little bit. So he's going to approach the nephew and the Uptight members of the family and attempt to commiserate with them about how fucked up this whole funeral is by making jokes about it.
So wild that they hired a comedian for your dad's funeral, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wow, what are we? What are a bunch of
the leopards eating my face party.
What are a bunch of clowns like us doing here, huh? This is a pretty grave matter.
So yeah, a thing that we kind of spoke about briefly with David, but that I'm just going to cover again is every role has, again, this is sort of borrowed from Blades. It's got what we call a setup and a payoff. The setup is how risky your joke is. So it's is it safe? Is it risky? Or is it audacious? David's, for instance, was audacious. And then it's got a payoff. And I'll, based on your approach, I'll tell you what the likely payoff is going to be.
Right on.
So how are you feeling about this set? This is feeling risky to me.
Yeah, I was going to say risky for sure. It doesn't necessarily feel safe, but not going full audacious, not going full bore quite yet before the show.
I think this is a classic. This is your classic risky standard type of role. So yeah, give me a commiserate.
Okay.
And as we saw David do, you can spend 2 self-esteem to pander to the person to your audience and gain an extra die.
Okay.
And of course, your other comedians can help you.
Right on. Yeah, I will spend the 2 self-esteem to pander. So I'm going to be rolling 4 d6 because I have 3 in commiserate. I dropped that one. Who knows where that went? And yeah, I mean, he's going to make CJ's going to make a series of jokes like, oh, well, I think they hired us because they just want to. Oh, go ahead.
Technically, you're only supposed to have 2 in any stat.
Oh, only 2 in any
when
stat.
you roll it up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, max 2.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I'll just read.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't show us the character sheet earlier.
Yeah, move that one somewhere else.
I will move that to punish under grit, so I have at least 1 in grit. All right, so we'll be rolling 3 d6 then.
3 dice. 3 dice, and so you're risky, so you're going to succeed on a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
Any of your dice show a 5 or a 6, that's a success.
So, I'm going to crack some jokes like, well, I think they hired us because they want us to bury the tension. I've got 2 5s and a 2.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you can see him. You can see his name's Greg, and you can see him kind of start you can see him trying to stone you out. He's like, I'm mourning my father. Like, I'm not going to. But then you can see him. Cracks a little smile.
I'm mourning myself.
See him start to break.
All right.
And so yeah, you've made a little bit of progress on that uptight
Very
family.
nice.
They're warming up. They're loosening up.
I think I'm actually gonna do the same. I'm gonna go up to the family. How much are they drinking right now?
They're drinking a respectful amount. They're not. It's still pretty early in the day, but it's a funeral. It's but no, but everybody's still a little bit embarrassed of Victoria, so they're trying to make sure that they're not drinking that much.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour myself like a glass of wine and like a couple fingers of whiskey, and I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you ever notice? A normal person." They'll drink like this, and I'm gonna sip a little bit of the wine. But at a funeral, we've all been there, and when we're at a funeral, people drink like this. I'm gonna down the double.
All right.
So what I'm attempting to do is I'm gonna do a commiserate, but I'm gonna use my observation to give myself an extra die, my A material.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dan is using one of his character's material uses. You have 3 uses of your material between all the whole session. So if you want to save him for the stage, you can. But Dan is going to use his now. And what you do is, you in his case, he's using his observational material to give himself an extra die on this roll. All right.
For observation, I have to use a phrase like, "You ever notice how this is like this?" or "These people do something like this, but these people do something like that." So I kind of threw them both together there.
You have to give us a little, yeah.
So I have 2 for commiserate. Oh, yeah.
2 for commiserate. Well, what would you say? My instinct is that this is also a sort of a risky standard. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a risky standard.
Yeah.
And that is a 1, a 4, and a 5.
Hey, look at that. You guys, one more of those and you've won these people over. You can see it. Not only is Greg has started properly sort of sensibly chuckling. It's just it is like that, isn't it? And his wife is sort of also sort of smiling, and you can just feel the temperature kind of going up a little bit amongst this group of people. You're working them. You're almost there. All right, so that's 3. That's 3 of the 4 of you have done your actions so far. So yeah, Wythe, what are you doing while these people are schmoozing with the uptight kids?
Well, as Robert Michael, I'd probably do something really random. That's how I played at Metatopia the first time I played this game. But I'm going to metagame for the purposes of a podcast actual play, exegetic actual play. So I'm going to try to be helpful and resolve this uptight family thing. So I come over and I just tell a story that is completely unrelated. I'm just talking to one of the family members who's grieving, as if I know them, as if they know why I'm there, and like eating food, drinking, like I'm just at a serious party, but a party nonetheless. And the story is absolutely terrible. But I'm smiling and I'm talking to them like a human. So I don't know what that is. I guess let me ask: is this more? This is like schmooze, right? I'm trying to schmooze. In my
sounds
head.
like you're schmoozing. It sounds like you're schmoozing these people.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I have one die in schmooze.
Perfect.
What do I roll? Just the one
you would
die?
roll one die. Oh, but what you could mark off 2 self-esteem and pander to them to gain an extra die. You could use your material to gain another die. If you explain to me how you would grow, I don't remember what is Machiavelli's material. What is
storytelling?
material?
Always storytelling. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let's do that. It's a play. I usually play terribly terrified as a player. I'm usually the GM. So I will go ahead and use my material. So I'm going to roll 2d6 for schmooze and storytelling. I'm going to tell them a story about a similar thing that happened to me, which is one time when I first started doing rap when I was 45, and I'm still a housing lawyer, a contract lawyer. But at night I go do hip hop open mics. I bombed really bad and I wanted to kill myself. So that's very similar to when your family member died, but it's a much more long, involved and metaphorical version of events where like they're with me on sort of enter the void, like drug fueled, like night out. But again, like hand on shoulder, sincere smile, tuna salad. So okay, I have 2 dice.
So you've got two dice from that, and that's I'm going to say this is also risky standard unless someone wants to challenge me on that.
I'm gonna go with whatever you're saying there.
I think that works for me. I think it's a little bit of a bold move, but like I can see it. So yeah, and then you're gonna roll those dice and you're gonna look for a 4 or a 5.
Fuck. I got a 4 and a 1.
You got a 5. Oh no, 5 and a 6 is what you were after. So yeah. This story goes over you could see them all starting to lighten up and and then you start to tell this story and you get to so when I first started out as a rapper and you can immediately feel them pulling away from you, it just kind of never gets better from there. And so I should have done this with David as well. So David, you should also get a drink ticket for failing your roll from before. Wythe, you get a drink ticket for failing that roll, and you're also going to lose 1 more self-esteem as this story dies on its ass.
So sorry, and we started with 7 self-esteem.
Started with 7 self-esteem.
So I'm down to 6 self-esteem, 1 drink ticket.
That's correct. So that is the first block of time ticking down. Now you can see the family starting to warm up a little Turtleneck, as you you're like, oh shit, this is really dying. A child comes out of nowhere and kind of slams into your knee. And then looks up at you and kind of starts crying a little bit. And its parent comes to
tuna
take it
salad
away.
Hits the child in the face. Just a little waterfall. Yep. I don't react to that. I don't care. But yeah.
You all can see that Victoria has gotten back, has a new, even bigger glass of wine. One of the pastor goes up to the podium and starts to sort of do little sound test type stuff. He's sort of yeah, sort of, and you and as all that's kind of happening, CJ, I think an older man comes up to you, a sort of broad, very sort of muscular, very sort of salt of the earth kind of guy, and he grabs you around the shoulder. He's like, "How you doing? Name's Bruce. I was Lenny. Lenny was my best friend. Really appreciate you being here. I really would have loved you guys being here. I know this is. Look, I don't want to step on your toes or nothing, but I actually wrote a little something, and I think I know the room, I know the crowd pretty well. I also knew the deceased very well, and I think I just want to let you know before I'm gonna go up. I'm going to kind of warm everybody up for you. I got a little something. He waves a little piece of notebook paper at you. And he says, so don't you worry about it. I really, once again, really appreciate you guys being here. And so that's what Opener Bruce has meant this whole time. Bruce here is going to open for you, and you've had amateurs open for you before. This is a thing that comes up every now and then in this business. It never goes well. It almost never goes well. Sometimes it basically doesn't ruin anything, but most of the time it doesn't help. So if you want to, have a smoothie, you just file that away in your little comedian brain. If we could have Bruce not open for us, that might help.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
Or the guy whose first time doing comedy is going to be at a funeral.
At his best friend's funeral, yeah. Now a list of all of Lenny's favorite slurs.
No. Oh, God. The F one. The S one. Jesus Christ. All right. So we're on our second round of actions here.
You're on your second segments, two of three.
Yeah.
Uptight family's still a problem.
2/3 of the way to the show.
Fluorescence, Mike. I feel like we got to do something about Bruce. I think CJ wouldn't care about the mic or the fluorescence. He'd be like, "Oh, these are just the places I perform in. This is what I deserve. This is my lot in life." So I don't think he's going to worry about that too much. But I think maybe he thinks that there's something he can do about Bruce. Maybe he can convince him to let him look at the list of jokes, maybe see if Bruce will take some notes, something. I'm thinking this will be like a charm mundane save.
Yeah, do a little punch up on
just
Bruce's
see if
speech.
we can give him a little punch up.
Absolutely. Yeah, give me a charm save. Just to make a charm save, it's going to be one die for each skill you have any points in under that. So you don't get your full complement of points. You just get one for schmooze and one for commiserate.
Gotcha.
If you've got those.
Could I argue that I could use my day job as a logistics specialist to help maybe reorder these jokes so that they work better?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah. What?
This is the loser. The loser is the mundane saver playbook.
So I'm using my day job road ability. So this adds plus D6 to this save because
that's an extra die. Perfect.
So we're going to roll 3. I guess are we going safe or this?
So the way mundane saves work. The way mundane saves work is that because you're not actually doing you're not telling jokes. It always hurts a little bit to do. So, but it is actually in general more effective than telling jokes at accomplishing things in the world. So what happens is you will roll these dice and you will lose 6 self-esteem minus the highest die roll.
Let's see. Okay, my highest die roll was a 6.
Hell yeah, this is easy. This is, you get into the punch up, it's almost like doing comedy for yourself. You don't even lose any self-esteem. You feel good. You're so proud. You're actually quite proud of some of these jokes that you've given Bruce. You're pretty solid. You're pretty confident.
It's just you crossing out the ones that display.
Yeah. We're just going to scrap that whole section.
You take out the list of
scrap
slurs.
this whole section.
Well, but do you really like those slurs? I think it'd be really sweet. I think everybody
this
would
other
know
material
that.
Kills, brother. You don't even need that stuff. We're just going to get rid of it. But in his mind, CJ is like, these jokes suck so badly. This is my comfort zone. I know what it's like to ride back.
Yeah, exactly. You feel better about yourself.
This is the easiest way to beat imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Let's see someone else's jokes. Perfect. Well done, CJ.
I'm going to try and I'm going to go through a Bible real quick to find a verse that can broadly relate to being super helpful, and then I'm going to try and embellish that to a group of people as we do crowd work with it. Where I'm just talking to people. I'm riffing off the Bible with a couple people nearby in the family to try and get them to help us fix the fluorescent situation.
David, do you want
You're riffing on one. On,
So I'm
on
gonna
love,
just.
love thy neighbor.
Do you want an
and, like,
actual verse?
Okay.
I mean, if you got one, I
Let,
would love it.
You got
let's
one
go
off the dome, yeah.
Galatians 5:13. You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but did not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love.
That's why we got to take half these
Yeah, that's
fluorescents
right.
so we get a
That's
little
right.
mood lighting.
Yeah, I'm encouraging them to take out half the fluorescents and use this like weird tin foil to direct some of them into more of a
Oh,
spotlight.
nice.
It is an annoying.
Making some bounces.
Yeah, so I'm going through. I go to the cousin, who I go to, or not to the cousin. I go to Lenny's, or not Lenny's friends. What's the guy's name? Bruce. I go to some of Bruce's
Lenny
fucked up
Bruce.
friends.
Yeah,
And I'm
sort
like,
of
look,
old guys, yeah.
yeah. I go to the old guys and I go, look, you, old man, in your checkered shirt, that's considered dressing up for you.
Yeah.
Look at the way Bruce is to revive today. Surely you must feel the spirit calling you, in some way. And you, guy who has a full Duck Dynasty themed suit, you must also join us in setting up this room. Surely you are good with your hands.
Is that Duck Dynasty beard just for show?
Right.
So
So that's your crowd work bit, right?
yeah,
You're using your crowd work
to
material.
embellish Bible verses.
I love it. I'm into it. Read these old men for filth, and get them to do some work for you.
Yeah, so I'm doing, and also I'm still dressed as Jesus Christ.
What are you hoping for from this? You thinking audacious? You thinking risky? I feel like risky.
Oh, I'm going audacious.
Audacious. Okay. All right. In that case, I'm gonna say if you're going that audacious with the crowd work, if you're getting that up and gay in people's faces about it, then yeah, I'll give you great effect.
And I will say this crowd sounds.
Yeah. I'm in their face being like,
this
we
crowd
gotta
sounds
change.
very conservative and very white, which I think is why when earlier Turtleneck was like, so when I was a rapper, they were just like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah, I'm not into that. But sometimes that's exactly the crowd for a drag queen. Like sometimes they can
It's true.
break through.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm going full Erica Quirk.
You got that 6?
Okay, let's roll. And 1, 2. No. 2 3s and a 5.
So yeah, you get all of it on everybody. You're like, hey, look at you, Duck Dynasty over here. Why don't you come up? And you're just like the Duck Dynasty beard guy just kind of gets his eyes get really big and round, and he just kind of turns around and sort of pretends you're not there, and that you lose the self-esteem from that experience.
Yeah, I don't lose the self-esteem.
Oh, right, because you're a weirdo. You're used to this. Yeah, amazing. But you do get a drink ticket for failing and for being audacious, so you're just racking those things up. You're not making much progress.
Oh yeah, I forgot you get a.
But, that's life.
My character's having a great time.
Yeah, same. I think I took the last attempt in stride and have no real sense that it was not working, and I think I'm going to double down and just burn some self-esteem to pander. Also, let me clarify, I have a gig ability. Once per cycle, I can add plus d6 to a joke roll for each audience group not one over. Would you say these people are not one over, right?
That ability only comes into play once you're on stage.
Okay, so per cycle doesn't mean like once. Yeah, I got it.
It just means you can't do it on multiple of your jobs. It means you get one shot at using it, but it is also always on stage.
Okay, then I guess I'll just I would like to embellish what I was saying before and basically change the story. So I'm still telling the same story, but now it's kind of looping. So it's now it is almost like a Jesus thing, but it's unclear a little if I'm talking about a friend who died or I think I died and came back to life, or what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm very sincere and maybe squeezing the shoulder a little too hard, but it's a thing where I'm about to cry, maybe. So I'm just, the story is now gone from the first time I did an open mic, it didn't go so well, to I think I've died and been born again, and also I saw a guy get shot. I maybe saved his life, but he also didn't make it. So it's it doesn't cohere. It's like David Lynch.
It on our second date.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm gonna say it's clear when like the camera comes back to you that you have just been barreling through this whole time. Like
The whole
everybody's been doing
time,
whatever
yeah.
else. You've just not broken
You haven't
from
even taken
telling
a
this
breath.
story.
Yeah,
You realized
yeah.
it wasn't going well, and you decided the answer to that was to just keep going. They'll get on your level.
Yeah, I look
Perfect.
like Uncle Lee on the bear, but I talk like Fack. Like I just never stop and never understand when someone like admonish another adult is like that's inappropriate. I'm just like anyway. So then, bro, I was so high. And I'm talking to like now a 12-year-old and like this old guy, and they're both
Sure.
just like, "What are you talking about?" So I think what I'm rolling is you tell me if right. The way out is through, as Vex says. I think what I'm rolling 2 for embellish. I'm burning self-esteem, so that gives me 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
And is
Pander,
that it?
That's right.
To pander.
That's it.
That's it.
If you want to, you could ask for help from your friends if someone wanted to jump in and help you.
Can someone help? Can someone help? Give me another, please.
I will help you, and I will also test my mic.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Great time.
Awesome.
We can hear
Great
you.
timing, Dan.
So yeah, you're going to spend 1 self-esteem to how do you explain how you're helping Turtleneck out with this?
I think I'm helping in a way that's going to become more rules relevant later, of just laughing where I'm pretty sure the punchlines are supposed to be.
Perfect. Yeah.
Or would be if there was any like construction
You're sort
to
of
the
following
narrative.
the cadence of his voice and going like, that's kind of got the shape of where people are supposed to laugh. Perfect.
I'm also going to help.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We're all
I'm also going to
helpers.
help. I'm going to talk about how it's true. This has happened before. People have come back from the dead. Not just Jesus. There's been other examples.
Gary Busey, famously, everyone knows
Can I also
about
help?
that.
I've met at least 3.
The
If someone visited me and
Tartarians
told me about
actually
it.
knew
If we want to
Let's
really
do it. I
overload
want
this
to.
one roll,
Yes,
hell
I'm
yeah,
gonna
let's
yes,
do
we
it.
do. The Studio Ghibli guy has died like 5 times.
jump
Always
in
comes
with,
back. He's a winner. I'm looking at the little
I
girl
hope
now.
I don't have to come back after I die.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, are you the Studio Ghibli guy? Then you don't have to worry about that. Just
I can never be as cool
keep
as
drinking.
him.
Yeah.
So everyone coming together, coming around, really focusing in on the uptight corner of this family. Like, gonna get them on board with this. It's really kind of a touching moment as you all support
You zoom out, it's just us
This is
talking
so-
over
yeah.
each other.
Just gather the chi.
You get
Yes,
3 additional
my Ninja
dice
Turtles
from all your
are all
friends,
together.
in addition to your
I'm gonna roll.
Just like the
skill.
Ninja Turtles.
I'm gonna roll 66,
Roll 66.
just like the Ninja Turtles.
5 or 6. You're looking
5
for
or a
5
6.
or a
Okay.
6.
That is a 5 and a 6 and a 3.
Beautiful.
And yeah, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Okay, a 5 and a 6 and a 3 and a 1, 2.
You needed
yeah.
all 6 dice.
I needed all 6 dice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Terrible rolling again on this fucking game.
It does it. Like at a certain point, like everybody, like you reach the end of your story, and the whole there's like this moment where like time slows down, and then Greg specifically is just like, oh, my dad would have loved that story.
Hell yeah, Greg. I dapped
It would have
Greg.
loved him. It would have loved him, buddy.
Greg taps you back in the most awkward dad fashion. You can see Greg slugs down the rest of his wine and goes, he's getting looser. He's feeling better. He's right. He's kind of into the comedy idea now.
Oh yeah, we got him, boys.
That's great. Is that how much? Is this a full time left thing, or is someone else acting in this?
I have not gone
yet.
yet.
Dan still has an action to take,
which is fun because I'm not seeing where I'm well equipped, skills wise, to make a totally chill roll for any of these, and so we're just going to go toward the fences.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. I think I'm gonna attempt to use reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna do a little bit where I pretend that I am doing an interview up on stage, up on the podium with Lenny.
Yeah, you're gonna just a little warm-up act?
I'm just like, yeah, Lenny, man, you know, these fluorescents, they're really killing your look. You look a little pale.
What are you trying to fix, the fluorescence or the mic on the podium?
What are you trying to achieve with this?
I'm trying to convince everybody to change the lighting a little bit for us, but it's really for
Lenny. Yeah.
You passive aggressively doing it.
Yeah, you're trying to use passive aggression.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's a little risky. I'm gonna say that's a little. The risk is nobody understands what the fuck you're trying to say. Like,
well, then I'm gonna lean in here and I'm gonna pander and use some of my self-esteem, and try to like throw in a couple things that we've kind of gotten the family talking about.
Yeah, you got a couple of personal details about Lenny. It was like they never would have put up with this at the Elks Lodge.
He loved racial slurs.
He loved racial slurs. You're learning all about this man.
Yeah, a man who knew which of the F words you're actually allowed to say and which one you still really shouldn't.
Do we know anything else about this man? Like what he did for work or what? Like anything? I mean, I guess we could ask those. We could ask people those things, but
you could ask. You could ask about him. Yeah. I mean, you might have learned. You might have picked up a couple of things. You'd know that he was he started his career as a contractor and then got sort of more sort of office bound, but like as the like guy who tells the trucks where to go. Was kind of his. He sort of rose up the ranks that way. He owned a couple of properties. That he got really badly divorced. Never remarried. That he was very close with his sister, his sister Victoria, who you've met. And that his son's kind of an uptight little pipsqueak.
Not anymore.
Nah, he's chill. Yeah, man, we changed that motherfucker's life tonight.
Changed his whole outlook on everything.
Unless I'm getting some help, Eddie is going to speak. I'll be rolling 3 dice for my risky reason. What's the payoff here?
I'd say the payoff is standard. I'd say it's a risky standard. Like if people know, they're like, all right, yeah, he's right. This looks like this is not going to be. Let's get this a little more flattering on our.
I'd like to help. I'd like to seamlessly keep walking like long shot in and just now start talking about the lighting and how it relates to this one time. I was doing a contract for a theater, but then I was like, I'm pretty good at improv, and so so it's just totally a weird narcissistic scumbag move, but it's like it is about fluorescence.
Putatively.
To use a legal term.
Everybody knows the fluorescents make everybody look like shit.
Ipso facto, fluorescents, they gotta go, my guy. This is just law of the jungle, law of the street.
All right. Good news. That is a 1 and a 1 and a 6 and a 6.
Hey, look at that. We got ourselves a critical success.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom. You're almost there. So yeah, I think what that critical is that like, especially as the as Turtleneck starts talking about like, I did this job for the theater, fluorescence, blah, blah, blah. Like one of the old ladies, one of the old men's wives gets like suddenly really stricken about like how she looks under the fluorescent lights and like starts like insisting that he go fix it. And so they're starting to go up and they're getting up and they're just like unscrewing like a couple of them. So it's like dimmer now. It's still really harsh, flat lighting, but it's like a little dimmer. It's a little moodier. It's better. It's better. You're almost
the best
there.
as it's gonna get.
And that is the end of segment 2. You've all got one more chance to figure this thing out.
Just remember, any of these that are not completely filled happen. They trigger either way. So
There will still be problems.
Yeah, so you have to really nail all. So we need to do fluorescence metagame wise, and opener Bruce. I mean, opener Bruce is a tough cookie. That's another big one.
Opener Bruce is tough, but I don't think it'll have as big an effect as like dealing with the mic on the podium.
Or all ages.
But can we do?
I'm gonna scare them
children's?
I'm gonna scare.
Okay.
I'm gonna scare them kids.
You gonna scare the kids?
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out my second costume, which is Jesus on the cross.
So you're gonna try to you instill religious terror in these children, such that they flee.
Yes.
From the great. That's definitely hilarious. What jokes did you imagine? What joke skill were you thinking that would be?
I mean, I think it's what you know. It's a surprise.
I think that's surprise.
This feels like a surprise.
I think it's audacious.
I only have one in surprise, so I'm gonna pander. It takes my self-esteem to.
I know how I could help if Chris.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say maybe if
Chris, how are you going to help?
Tells CJ ahead of time, I'm going to go do costume change. CJ's going to kind of position himself near the kids. This is going to sound creepy, but near the kids, but arm's length away, but just kind of within shouting distance, so that when Jesus comes out, he's going to have this big reaction and be like, "Holy crap!" And try to direct the kids. Oh Christ! To try to direct the kids' attention to.
You
and really sell how
she's back and she's pissed.
Horrifying it is. Yeah. Amazing.
And then while Jesus is gone, I'm going to tell the kids all about how the real Jesus, I'll say she to help out in this situation, but I will also explain that the real Jesus was 18 feet tall. And that the actual cross was about 25 feet. And blood flowed from the hands like a river.
And that's where the Tigris and the Euphrates come from.
Yeah, those are the two rivers. That's Mesopotamia.
I'm adding that to the Wikipedia page after this gig.
We keep removing it.
We've really primed them for my big reveal.
Amazing. So you get 2 extra dice for them.
And I'm obviously there's a certain level of self-esteem damage that happens as I affix the crown of thorns in the wig.
Emotional damage.
Purposes. So 4 dice.
4 dice. You need you got a 6?
2 sixes.
Let's go.
2 sixes.
2 sixes.
That's a hell yeah. The kids scream. They scream. It you were trying to freak them out. You succeed way beyond. You're a little bit you feel a little bad about how scared you've clearly made these kids, and they flee they stampede all the little your friends had managed to kind of corral them and prime them enough so that they were all kind of together and they all see it at once and just as one stampede for the exit, and 1 or 2 parents chase after them, but pretty quickly afterwards they come back inside and they're just kind of you can hear them whispering to their spouse and their relatives, just we're just gonna let them be outside. I think if we tried to get them back in, they're afraid to learn they've started to they're afraid Lenny's gonna wake up now. I think we're just gonna let him kind of run it out. I think if we bring him back in, they're gonna get some sort of religious trauma.
My one contribution to this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You still get a drink ticket for that audacious role.
Oh yeah. I'm keeping it.
How do the drink tickets remind us? How do the drink tickets factor in?
At the very end of the game, of this version of the game, you will use your drink tickets to purchase your the rest of your career as a comedian. The more drink tickets you have, the better an outcome. you'll be able to secure for yourself. In the full version of the game, which will be coming out eventually, drink tickets are what you'll use to improve your character, get new skills, get new material, things of that nature.
Excellent. Cannot wait to play the full version of the game and be horrified doing these terrible events over and over again. Just
but becoming
re-traumatized.
even more powerful.
Barncade.
I want to finish off these fluorescents. I am still talking to this old woman. I would like to do a mundane save. Tell me if this makes sense. I think I'm fully just locked in, looking at her, telling her this is pure grit. I'm embellishing, but I don't think of it as embellishing, that the fluorescents cause horrible skin diseases. And are just basically melting. Also, macular degeneration. You know what that means? That means you're going blind. They're going to make you go blind. And I'm so my podcast is mostly about this topic. We have one of these episodes every episode where we talk about fluorescence.
I think this is a joke. I think this is an embellished roll.
Okay,
yeah.
I was trying to just get the full grit stack here. Okay, sorry for being too funny. Well, then I'm just going to roll 2d6.
It could be a safe version.
What's that?
You could have a dicer.
Wait, say that again?
Like, you only need a 4.
Yes, this is definitely
you
safe.
could try and do it as safe.
If
you only need a 4.
Yeah, you'll succeed. This is a safe joke, because this lady has proven herself to be insecure about her appearance. So you'll succeed on a 4, 5, or 6.
Okay, so I'm going to roll 2 dice and try to get a 4 or better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. That's a 4 and a 3.
There you go. She's you know what? You're right. You're so right. We're just gonna. She just goes and turns out the lights, and
it's just dark.
They just what they figure out is oh, it's still kind of light outside, and so they just open the windows a little bit. It's actually now it's not quite what you'd want for a comedy club, but it's definitely more flattering.
There's an app. There's an app on your phone for candles. It's called Abra. Yeah, it's like candelabra, but it's on your phone.
Exactly. So everybody's got those, and it's just filling the room with a much sort of softer, warmer looking light, and you're all set. You got that done. The lighting, you're feeling all right, that's gonna do it.
If you go to candelabra.com and use the discount code turtleneck, you can get 20% off of your first month of Candelabra Plus.
Subscription to the Candelabra app, yeah. You get different colors, you get different intensities, yeah.
I got a VPN so I can use the Candelabra from different countries. You know that candelabra in Belarus gets you different. Yeah.
Well,
gets you
all of
colors.
The Turkish ones are oil lamps.
It also tracks your dog's movements.
It also tracks you and yours. Excellent. All right.
I believe CJ and Eddie have their actions left.
What do y'all think? I mean, we could chip away. We could try to close off Opener Bruce at the very least, but I know Eddie, you're pretty concerned about that mic. What do you think?
Yeah. I think I'm going to try to chip away. I think between the two of us, we could try to knock out that mic on the podium.
Let's go for it.
Try to get ourselves a little bit better of a setup.
I think CJ would personally find Bruce opening kind of funny in a weird morose way. So yeah, that tracks. So yeah, sure.
So I think this will be a bit up to interpretation. I have an idea of, I think, what Eddie would want to do. What that would be mechanically, I will put in the hands of our Master of Ceremonies. Which is that I think that I'd like to get Bruce up on stage, he's getting ready for the show, and then just cut in with a bunch of how shit the mic is the entire time, and this is embellishment, which I'm not great at, but try to.
So you're gonna try to get Bruce riled up about how bad the mic is, and that he needs a better mic setup in order to do this.
Yeah, so I guess I could probably do it with a commiserate if I'm aiming it more toward Bruce.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I can see that as a commiserate. Hey, Bruce, this mic setup sucks, right? We should do something. You should go talk to the pastor.
So right now I only got 2 dice. I only have 3 self-esteem left. I don't want to push that too hard.
Yeah, I have 3 self-esteem remaining. I do have a way if I fail bits, one of my gig abilities is if I fail bits later, I can regain self-esteem. So I'll pitch in one here. So I'll help you out.
All right.
Yeah, so trying to convince Lenny. Yeah, I think just be like, Lenny, you're or Bruce rather, sorry. Lenny's dead, can't convince him of anything anymore. You're like, hey Bruce, you're a tall guy like me and Eddie Speaks here. We have a podcast about being tall, and part of that is having like a sonorous, deep voice, and I want your voice to carry. I want it to sound beautiful up on the stage, and that mic just ain't doing it, brother. I don't know why I turned into Shane Gillis, but whatever.
Oh yeah.
Tall kings like us, we need to have the right posture, and this mic, just all 3 of us are leaning over.
Yeah,
and that's
man,
not
it's gonna throw
work.
out your back.
Compresses the lungs.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Give that a roll.
What is our setup and payoff?
I think this is safe. I don't see a lot of like bad outcomes from this. The worst is that he's like flattered but decides not to do anything about it.
And then payoff is what, risky?
Payoff is probably standard.
Yeah. All right. That is a 1 and 2 6s.
Hey, we've been critting like crazy over here. And so, Bruce is sort of like, you know what, you guys are right. I'm going to go see it. You can go see him like tug on the pastor who's like in the middle of conversation with Victoria, and is just like, hey, look, you must have something. You got a real microphone. Like, look, we got a lectern. We got a lectern. Come on, we're trying to honor my friend here. And you can see him like in the middle of this, like trying to like make something
just
happen.
Picture Bruce in like a 3-piece suit with like a floral tie and just like sweating so much, just like glistening with sweat.
I've done a great job. Straight from my brain, that image. Yes, excellent.
That's good.
He's just trying to make the mic longer by pulling it through the podium.
Yeah. That was step 1. Was like this thing come out and just like just what wire comes out like.
Yeah. Chris, you could safely get us in. You could safely.
Yeah, I think we're gonna hit him with a mundane save on this one. I'm gonna hit him with an intellect one. And again, I'm gonna argue day job logistics specialist here of just being like, oh, well, I mean, if you just follow these wires, I think it'll take you back here, and like trying to like suss out where we could just like pull the mic out and then reattach it off of the podium.
Nice.
So
perfect. Yeah, you're trying to like, how do you disassemble this podium so that you?
Yeah, I'm trying to reverse IKEA.
Yeah.
So I've got 2.
How many intellect?
2 pips in
intellect. The only thing I'll say is that. If you run out of self-esteem attempting to do
that's right.
a mundane save, it does not work.
That's fine. Let's give it a shot.
That's true.
We'll see how we do. Okay, so I've got 2 pips for reason and intellect, and then an extra dice from my day job road abilities. We're rolling 3d6. And I got a 1, a 3, and a 5.
So you lose 1 self-esteem.
That was almost really
bad.
bad.
Real bad. You only have 3 self-esteem left, right?
You have what? You have 1 left? Yeah. With this self-esteem, he's down to 1 self-esteem.
I'm down to 1 at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot you were down to 2. Oh.
Yeah. So it was real. That was a real squeaker. But you're able to just like get in there. You unscrew it a little bit, like. And you're able to like with the pastor comes over and it's like, look, we don't have like microphone, but like, look, if you do that, the pastor kind of helps you because Bruce was bothering him so much about it, and so now you've got like he's able to sort of remove the lectern so that like now you've got it's still the stupid little microphone that like stick comes out of the lectern, but now you can hold it and you can walk around with it. The cable's not super long, but like it's fine. Like you can basically handle it.
It's a show, baby. We got lights. We got a mic.
Yeah, you're ready to rock.
Yeah, we scared the kids out.
Scared all the kids out.
It compelled them.
So now it is time for the gig. I'm going to give a little bit of table setting about the gig. The gig consists the way that the gig works is that you're going to set your lineup, and you're each going to have 3 actions in a row per person to try to win over the audience. The audience overall is represented by this clock. It's going to start with 2 on it. And if you can fill this all the way up, you can start filling this all the way up. And if you fill this all the way up, you'll win extra drink tickets at the end of the show. If you start to lose the audience and this goes down below being empty, you'll start to fill up the bomb clock. And if the bomb clock fills all the way up, the show's over. You bombed so hard, and you are going to get fewer drink tickets. And the way that this is going to work is these are the tables. These are the groups of people in the audience that you're aware of and that you need to win over in order to really make this happen. So the tables, as you're sort of, the time has come to kind of get ready for the gig, and you guys are starting to sort of form, and you can see people starting to sit down. The pastor does as usual, like, all right, the ceremony is about to begin. If everyone could please take their seats, because, he's kind of got his script that he's using. But everybody's kind of starting to shuffle, and you can start to see them kind of splitting up. And so over here, you've got table 1 is Vicky and the boys. That's the sister and his friends, and all the people who were like initially pretty excited for you guys to be here. That's where Bruce is going to go sit back down when he finishes his opener. The second group that you see sort of forming is Greg and family. That's sort of Greg. That's some other people of sort of his generation. A couple of older people. The uptight people that you feel like you basically won over at this point. And then table 3 is going to is a group of people you didn't really interact with a shitload during this, but they're sort of coming together because they were the kids, and we were really worried about them. But these people, and you realize, like, as it's like, okay, there's another group of people kind of enters, and these with a little wisp of what might just be mist, might be maybe more likely vape smoke, and these are the teens who were outside vaping the whole time.
What flavor is that vape?
But now we've been forced to come in for the funeral. So many flavors. You got but you can just take notes of bubblegum. Yeah, notes of sour raspberry drift into the area. And all of these,
damn it, our rival, Cool Teens.
Yeah, the natural enemy of the stand-up comedian.
CJ immediately crosses the street.
So yeah, well done. Oh man. So yeah, you guys. So another thing to keep in mind is, so you will, when you get on stage, you're going to use each of your bits to target somebody. You're either going to target one of these tables, or you're going to target the audience. If you target the audience, know that, like, the maximum payoff you can have is limited by how many tables have been filled up. A table needs to get up to 5 in order to be warm, and in order for you to have each table that's warm increases the amount you can fill the crush clock, the audience clock. So if you target the audience right away, it'll only fill up by 1, even if you do an audacious joke. Whereas if you fill up 1 table, or you get 1 table to 5, then you can do 2, and on and on and on. So what you really want is 2 warm tables before you start trying to, like, talk to the whole audience and trying to fill this up. That's kind of that's the usual. But you might have abilities that make that math a little different. 2 warms everybody up. You got so they're all going to start there. And then another thing, just to be aware of, that you would know as a comedian, is that if a table goes down to 0, they are very likely to start heckling you, and that's a whole other problem that's going to emerge. So if that happens, so you don't, and so the thing is, every table has types of jokes that they like and types of jokes that they don't like, and you're going to need to figure out what those are based on how they respond to the jokes you start telling. So yeah, the way that
we pick our positioning in this.
Yes, and that's
We pick our lineup and positioning.
You pick your lineup. Yes, so you pick your own. You decide this joke is safe, therefore it only does 1. This joke is risky, therefore it does 2. This joke is audacious, therefore it does 3. I don't get to tell you how well your jokes hit. You're on stage. You're in charge of that. So it still changes the difficulty, but it also is always connected to the payoff.
I think in the interest of time, Miel, why don't we just jump in, because we're going to run out of time. So I want to make sure we actually get to these rules. Yeah.
Let's get to it. We're right. We are in it. We are in it. Let's go. Bruce gets up and he starts delivering his slightly modified. He's got a couple. He's like, if there's one thing I remember about Lenny, he sure loved his slurs. But well, let's move on from that, eh? And he gets to there's a little bit of an exhalation of breath from the crowd when he doesn't just linger on that bit. And what's happening here is I'm rolling a little die to tell me how well Lenny did. Lenny did, or Bruce rather did. Okay, Bruce didn't make anything worse. Well done.
Yeah.
Bruce rolled a 5, which is a nothing happens type of result on this particular die of fate. So now it's time for the first comedian to come up. You guys decide who you want to go first. And you guys will pick your. Everybody's not on stage gets to take an audience action while they're on stage. You can either take a rest, you can recover some self-esteem, you can write, you can give yourself a new die, an extra die that you'll be able to spend when you're on stage, or you can help. You can you can commit one self-esteem to fake laughing essentially from the crowd and giving someone an extra die when they fail on a roll to try to get them over the edge.
I think CJ's got to sit out the first couple, maybe. I'm going to try to get some self-esteem back.
I feel like
I'm better towards the end.
Scumbag has an ability that really works early on stage, and then Philosopher Eddie has an ability that would work well next.
Is the idea that Edgelord is that power? Is that what you're getting at?
That's what that refers to. These tables are not warm. They're not won over. So that's when your Edgelord ability really comes in.
Great. Well, I'm happy to take one for the team and go first. And normally I feel like you guys would be opening for me, but okay, I'll just so I just start talking. I don't think there's a clear beginning of the show. I'm just telling a story.
Just after Bruce sort of finishes his thing, you come up to the stage. Give it up for Bruce.
Yeah, who is that anyway? So that guy, Tuna Melt. Well, anyway, this kid. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna roll some dice. What am I rolling?
Real fast, everybody do offstage action. Eddie's gonna rest.
He's gonna get some self-esteem back.
I'll sit in the audience.
He's gonna help out. All right.
Thank you.
Oh wait, you also can choose to rest or write.
Yeah, before you go on stage.
Oh, before I go on stage.
Yeah.
I only have 3 self-esteem. I can heal 2. Great. Yeah, let's do that. Let's heal.
Yeah, recover 2 self-esteem. Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, you get 3 bits while you're on stage.
Do we want to just do 2 for the sake of time?
Let's do 2 for the sake of time. That makes perfect sense.
Okay, so go ahead, Wythe. Pick one of these groups, one of the tables.
I see. I have to target a table. Okay. I'm looking at teens and telling a story that, again, I think somewhat unconsciously is pretty risque and weird, but not too, it would not cause their parents hurt anyway. It's, I'm connecting with teens. I'm talking to the teens like a normal teen who also smokes the most weed, just constantly vaping.
How do you do fellow teens? Yeah.
I think this is, again, unintentionally, but it's a little charming because it's honest. I got really into drugs after my divorce, 5 years ago when I was in my early 40s. And so now I'm just constantly vaping, and
I'll turn it around.
Yeah, and everything's great now. Exactly. It's almost like when people talk about religion, they should be talking about vaping, and it's never too late to start. I can't breathe
The
going up more than
Tartarians
3
vape.
stairs. Yeah, the Tartarians did vape. I learned this actually from one of my fellow
As a
stand-up
mind
guys.
control device.
They did.
Sorry.
So I'm going to do... no, and I think I'm at the edgelord thing is that it's like kind of both a little bit weird to be looking at the teens so intensely, but also like definitely weird for the family, for the teens.
You keep glancing at the family
They're
like,
just
you know, it's
who
fucked
is
up.
this man? Yeah, like sorry, but we have to talk about the champagne of beers. So what do? I roll, so that gives me 3d6 if I'm interpreting that correctly. Extra.
Which joke are you trying to use?
Story. Using storytelling A material.
Storytelling immaterial, but edgelord.
Okay.
And then
what kind of joke? Which skill are you pulling?
Oh, I still have to pick a skill. Okay. I would love to do embellish by just embellishing on a very
you're making up a weird story about Tartarians inventing vaping.
Exactly, which is just really that a guy started vaping. That's the actual nugget of truth. But now it's like a whole weird thing. Yeah. Okay, so I get to roll embellish plus storytelling plus. Well, what does edgelord give me? Because it says d6 per audience group, not 1 over.
Yeah, that's 3. That's 3 extra dice.
Be 6 dice, and then
that's 6 dice.
David, were you helping me? Is Larry helping in the audience?
If you fail,
Larry can help.
I see. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll 66.
So would you say this is safe, risky, or audacious? This joke.
Risky is 2.
Risky's 2.
Yeah. Let's go with risky. So I'm gonna roll risky. 66, trying to get 2 hits, right?
No, go audacious.
Yeah,
you're rolling.
Great. Let's go on it. I'm gonna. You made the game, so I have to do what you said.
Works.
All right.
Correct.
I'm just gonna roll 66.
You're looking for 6s.
I got a 6, a 6, and a 3.
You got 2 double 6s, baby.
And a 4, a 4, and a 3.
The teens are hooting. They are hooting and hollering. They can't believe somebody. They said they're A, super high, so everything's funny. But also, they are. Somebody just talked about vaping at their stupid funeral. They were didn't want to go to for this weird old guy that they didn't really know. This is great. This is an incredible time. And so you were.
This is how Turtleneck becomes an alt-right influencer.
And that was audacious.
Absolutely not. But happy to talk about drugs. Yeah.
So you notice, and as you deliver that to the teens, Vicky and the boys love it. They think they were having a really nice time with that. But Greg and the family didn't care for that as much.
Oh.
Right. Well, there's other comics here.
Do another joke.
Oh wait, I do more? Okay.
You do a second. You got a second bit.
Okay.
Although, do we want to do one? Okay. Yeah. Or do you want to just do one? Or do you want to do 2?
I think if we do 2 and we just do
if we keep them shorter. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess does it make sense to just roll again with if I use my last A material, then I get to add another D6.
Yeah.
If I can still do, if I'm just pushing hard on embellish, and I think the topic has changed, but whatever, same idea, just embellishing from off that riffing. That's 2.
Right.
So technically, if you want to reuse a skill, it's 1 less.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You lose a die for reusing the same skill over and over again.
Okay, then it's 2, and then I guess I'll just burn 2 self-esteem, go back down to 3 to add another 1. Is that right? Math-wise?
That's pandering, baby.
Okay, so I'm pandering.
Who are you targeting with this? Yeah.
I guess I'm turning to Vicky and the boys. And I think this is all about just, this is like a really dumb story about getting drunk at a funeral, which is maybe there's a glimmer of truth, but again, who really cares?
So you are embellishing again. You did decide to embellish again.
Yes, yeah. Still my best shot there.
Nice. Are you also going audacious here?
No. I think I'm going to go, let's say, so risky is I need 1 success?
Risky's a 5 and a 6. Yeah.
A 5 or a 6.
And it fills 2, and it succeeds on a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. 5 or a 6. That's a 5.
You have my backup die.
2, 3, and a
Nice.
5.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. Vicky and the boys really liked that. Greg and the family were once again. No, actually, Greg and the family were fine with it.
What's Greg's problem? What is Greg's problem?
Okay.
Greg's got no problem.
Adapt them up.
Greg's got no problem with that. Yeah.
Okay. Greg probably likes audacious.
Yeah.
The Greg and family probably don't like audacious jokes.
How did Vicky and the boys feel about this?
Oh, they actually. Vicky and the boys felt this was an embellish, which is grit, so they actually liked it a little bit extra.
Ooh.
They liked it a little more than usual. And they are
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there you
So, yeah,
okay.
and,
There you go. There you go.
And that's
White,
somebody gives you the light from the back of the room. They hold up their little weird candle on the phone, and you know that it's time for you to get off stage. And now it's time for Eddie speaks. So, what do people want to do with their audience action this time?
One more time.
I'm gonna recover self-esteem.
Yep.
Recover, great. Also recover. Wythe, what are you gonna do with your time off stage?
Like help them.
Help, definitely helping.
Help, excellent.
All right.
Needs it.
So, Eddie comes on stage, and I'm immediately going to use Eddie's ability. Eddie's gig ability is called Callback. I'm going to sacrifice one of my 2, and instead create a 4-point callback clock. I'm really going to hit hard on the Tartarian vaping. And so anytime anybody uses their Tartarian vaping in their bit, they can tick a point off on the callback clock and get an extra D6.
Hell yeah.
And then I am going to lean in with Greg and the family. And I'm going to do risky, because I think audacious would cancel itself out. Actually, no, I'm going to go for the gig. I'm going to do audacious on the gig.
Nice.
But
Audacious
I'm gonna do audacious charm and see if I can win over Greg and the family's hearts. Let's see if they like charm. So I'm going to commiserate. And I'm just going to talk about how much, have you ever noticed, and I'm going to grab myself an extra die. Have you ever noticed how everybody has a great story about Greg? How everybody here, I feel like I lost Greg. But it's great that Greg can be here on stage. Not Greg. Lenny. Lost Lenny. It's great that Lenny can be on stage and get this chance to be on stage for a comedy
That was
show.
in character, by the way.
We're telling jokes for Lenny. So that's 2, and then I'm going to get 1 for an observation, and I'm also gonna pander. I feel like that's pandering. So I'm gonna spend 2 self-esteem, get 4 dice.
Absolutely.
And then let's all do a Tartarian vape for Lenny.
Hold up your Tartarian vapes.
And I'm gonna go audacious. Really lean in on the heartstrings. And that is a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh man. Really blowing every day that we can on this, and I love that for us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And that's you once again get the candlelight with the VPN exclusive purple candle.
The Romanian exclusive purple.
Your time's up. Exactly. It's just looks like Greg and family didn't mind that so much.
But you've got another joke, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nope. We're doing 2 jokes on top.
No,
he used his first joke to set up that callback.
It sacrifices 1 of my bit, and then we get like
Very
4
nice.
extra dice among us.
Very nice. Well, I could go up next, David, if you want to put a button on it at the end there. All right, sweet.
I'll close this out.
Land that
So
plane.
CJ kind of ambles up on stage. He trips a little bit as he gets up there.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm gonna be writing.
You're gonna write. Yes, Dan. What are you gonna do? You're wooing.
I'm gonna woo.
Yeah, I'm helping.
And,
Just
Wythe?
helping out.
Yeah, sick. You're also
Okay,
helpful.
so
It's so nice.
is the juice worth the squeeze to keep
Wythe's
targeting
left
Greg and the
us.
family, or should we move on to the audience?
So the problem is, if Greg and the family, we're gonna start, then
They might start
they'll
heckling
start
us.
heckling, and that's
Gotcha.
not good.
There might be a heckler. Yeah.
Could you say mechanically what it would mean to figure that? Like, what is happening that Greg thinks we're not funny?
If you lose Greg, Greg is gonna somebody at Greg's table, probably Greg, because he's the character that's been established. Is
Hold
gonna
on. That's not. No. That's not what.
Yeah,
you
not
you said.
diegetically, but
Basically,
mechanically, what's happening?
No, what I'm saying is the skills. So using safe or audacious, or using intellect skills, charm skills, or grit skills, all have the table is either like those or dislike those, and depending on what you use, it will increase or decrease.
Got
So the
it.
teens and Big
Yeah.
Big Boys have increased from some of those skills. So that's what's
So we
happening.
know they don't like
So-
embellish. We have to figure out what they like. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
No, I think they like safe.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think they like safe
audacious
jokes.
I think they
just
don't like
given
audacious.
what we know about them.
That's my guess.
Yeah, that's possible.
All right. Okay. Cool.
If you want to try like a safe joke on the audience, then that will tick us up to 6 at least for the audience, and it
Yeah,
might put
let's-
Greg and the
let's
family
do
at
that.
2.
Yeah, and that would give me the buffer to be real wacky.
That sounds good. I'm going to commiserate, and I'm gonna deliver a clean, punchy one-liner using one of my material bits here. The one-liner. This will be. I'm going to do a safe one-liner, and I'm just going to say, well, it's tough being up here doing a comedy set with Lenny. He's a stiff competition, and that's just to the audience.
Yes.
sick. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I do
great.
have to roll.
Incredible. You have
Yeah.
to roll. Actually, I don't just get to be
I
the
don't
voice
just
to
get it
make
for being
you laugh.
funny. All right, so that's going to be 3d6.
Great. And so you're at a 4 or better because it's safe.
All right, got 2 3s and 1 4.
Wow. Oof.
Whew.
You told it right. So that fills up. You got that. So any further damage you to the audience, we'll go on to the crush clock. And Greg and the family settle down. Like they loosen up a little bit. Vicky and the boys aren't as big.
All right, well that's okay. They don't like it safe.
Oh no,
That's
not
fine.
Vicky and the boys.
All right. I'm going to ask a clarifying question about my gig ability for the looser playbook. So, Tough Room states that once, when a bit fails, you can choose to gain 2 self-esteem instead of losing 1, then fill a random group table 1 point. So that just adds 1 point to a table of your discretion.
Any of these things.
Oh, my discretion. Very cool. I forgot to do the callback.
Basically, it's a mitigate.
It's okay. You still can.
And then you've got 2 callbacks.
You still can.
And then I'll use the
Let's
rest.
see. All right.
Don't forget about the Tartarian
Should I do another safe one?
No, because then you'll lose Vicky and the boys.
All right. I'm going to go audacious then. We'll do another one-liner.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we'll say, up there, kind of walking around a little bit, kind of looking down, being like, I tried once to become a funeral director, but I got fired because I just couldn't earn people's trusts. That, and I couldn't stop Tartarian vaping. And then I pull out like a huge vape rig, like just an absolutely massive, like Game Boy Color sized vape rig, and take like the biggest rip and huge cloud into the air directly at the team's table. And then I'll roll.
So you're targeting the audience with that? Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to do the audience with this one. Yeah.
What joke are you? What skill are you using for
I was going to say commiserate for the first part of the joke. All right, so I'll roll 3d6. Oh, I got a 1, a 2, and a 6.
And a 6. There you go. Great job. Greg and the family don't seem to enjoy that very much. Vicky and the boys, you've won them right back.
I have a question that I don't know is actually it's actually in our rules. Can I laugh to give one more 6 and a chance at a crit?
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I don't like that.
The MC says
Welcome
yes.
to our design process. Yeah.
We got some live design issues here.
Yeah, no, I get it, but
I think there's a reason we say on a failed roll for the, I believe, for the help act, for the clapping.
To keep myself honest, I rolled 1 anyway, so I'm going to take the self-esteem damage from wooing.
Yeah, you still fake laugh, but it's
laugh.
like timed
You still fake
awkwardly
laugh,
after
even
the
though
actual applause had died down, and like you could just get one like ha in the back.
And that hits me
Alright. I'm just going for it. I'm going to try and just crush it right here. I'm going. So I have set up my flying rig in the back, and I am coming down.
If you do an audacious roll, it's going to give us a heckler.
Maybe, but that's worth it. We'll still crush at that point. Nothing lost, nothing gained. And while I'm flying down from the heavens, I go, Jesus loves your vape. As I blow vape clouds into the audience as I come through. I'm just singing, I go, Jesus loves your vape.
I'm in the back of the audience, filling up back from the back with smoke.
Tartarian, I'm 60 feet tall. I point at different individual teens as part of my crowd work, and I'm like, you, teen with the Tamagotchi vape. You, the teen double-fisting vape. Polyps.
You have a sensor that has a vape in it.
So I'm embellishing. Jesus doesn't care about vapes.
So, what's your basic skill?
So I'm embellishing.
You're embellishing.
As I hit directly. I'm going directly to the crowd.
You're going to the crowd. You're going to the audience. You're using the callback, and you're using your A material. Great.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're going.
I'm also going to spend 2 points of self-esteem.
You're going audacious, yes.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay, 5 dice.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They love it. The crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes wild, except for Greg and the family, who
everybody who is mad at Jesus. I start dancing with the chorus. I go, you're in heaven with me now. I start vaping directly into the. I vape directly into the. I'm like, do a vape with me, Lenny. Do a vape with me hard. And I blow it into his mouth.
Yeah, Greg is furious. Greg is standing up. Greg is like he was on board.
Yeah,
he's like, this isn't even. Well, my dad wanted to come. This isn't even. What is this? This isn't comedy. This is just cut it out, man. His voice.
Wait, no, never mind. I'm not even. I go over to Greg at this point, and I go, Greg, you got to release the sins. And then I start I slowly lower Greg down into the chair, and I start straddling him. And then my eyes start tearing up, and I start crying into his arms, and I make him start crying as he holds me.
Okay.
Is this a bit?
This is your final move, okay?
And we're going to commiserate.
You're going to commiserate with Greg. You're going to somehow call back your last Tartarian vape on this? How do you incorporate the Tartarian vape?
Well, hold it, wait. So as I'm holding him, I pull the vape out from my pocket and I take a big hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pull back and I make him take a big hit.
Okay, that's part of the commiseration.
Peace
Great.
pipe, if you
Final
will.
callback called back to.
I'm gonna be like, basically, this is what Letty would have wanted. That's what I call a resolution.
So this is you targeting Greg the heckler, I am assuming.
Yes. With an audacious feeling.
Okay, with an audacious what?
Feeling? I don't know. It's I'm doing a commiserate with Greg.
Commiserate? Yes. Audacious. Callback.
Does this count as crowd work?
I mean, you're working.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You are literally in the crowd with this man. Like, yeah, you'll mark it off. It's your last roll. If you've got marks left on it.
Let's say. Nope. No.
Oh wait, I'm in the audience.
Wait. Weird enough, yeah. I laugh.
I think we both bust out laughing. How awkward this is.
Yeah. So roll those additional dice for your friends.
That is a 5 for me, and I'm down to 1 self-esteem.
I rolled a 5, going down to 4 self-esteem.
Greg is unmoved by this. Greg continues to yell at you. But at that point, you get like Greg is just like, no, this is outrageous. This isn't what any of us are here for.
Miel, I'd like to point out real quick, the audience actually doesn't go down 1 because I focused on the heckler. Even if it wasn't successful, I focused on the heckler.
I know, but he's still active at the end of your turn.
But the audience goes up 1 for I did an audacious roll.
The audience doesn't care about your audacious roll. Vicky and the boys love your audacious.
Yeah, they do. No, they do. No, I have big swings. I'm a.
Oh, because you did your big swing, of course, because you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
Weirdo. Both big swings.
Yeah, they were both big swings.
They were both big
swings. But it filled up past capacity, and then the heckler took it down 1.
Yeah.
But so we got the audience and crushed. We just lost Greg.
Yeah, Greg hates us, but we crushed.
No,
we did it.
This is your time. It's over, and it ends with everyone howling with laughter while Greg sort of stomps and fumes, and then you just sort of swish off stage, and then like the fluorescent lights come back on, and Greg is standing there red and mad.
As Vicky and the boys and the teens cheer us on to victory.
Yeah. Exactly, and Vicky gives you a tearful thank you and goodbye, and you guys fucking killed it. And we've gone a little over. You crushed, so you get 6? Yeah, you get 6
nice.
Drink tickets a person.
6 each. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I made so many drink tickets.
Yeah, you just did you make a non-audacious roll this game?
No.
So yeah, you got
a lot of played the weirdo. But this is kind of so I get it.
Nice.
So that's I think I'm at 14 drink tickets.
Incredible.
Yeah, I love drink tickets at a funeral home too. That's so diegetically appropriate. Oh yeah, the wakes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, normally what we do at this point is spend our drink ticket. We'd tell you like, here are all the different outcomes. You could have a special. You can like still be doing comedy. You can still be doing comedy. But I think, and then you'd spend them and you'd sort of spell it all out. But maybe we just sort of say like, what do you see as the future of your guy? Where does CJ, for instance, go from here?
Oh man, CJ, I think loves this part of the country. He loves it west of the Allegheny Mountains, and I think he's going to relocate to wherever this sad town is. He just feels like it suits him, He's like, damn, I love this piss rain. It just matches my interior landscape so perfectly. This Silent Hill ass depressed steel mining town.
Amazing. Like, I've heard local jokes get you local work, so I'm gonna move here and get local work. Yeah,
it's all gonna be one-liners about steel mills.
Perfect. What about Turtleneck? What's next for Turtleneck?
I'd like to say that Robert Michael was so inspired by this that he's going to write a whole new rap EP that's kind of existential about like Tibetan Buddhism. Like, is anyone really alive or dead? But I don't think any of that happens. I think he's oblivious and thinks he crushed, and this is like a real show. And I think he's I don't know, I think the last thought I have for this scene is there's the fluorescent lights are on and he's eating like a large amount of whatever the food is that was brought to this funeral, and the old lady is asking him about his podcast expertise in skin cancer, basically due to fluorescent lights, and he's like, oh no, that's I don't think that's true.
I was just telling you what I read. I don't think it's true. As he eats spoonful after spoonful of potato salad.
He just blames Eddie.
He's like, bowl of potato salad. Yeah.
I mean, Altart is me debunking some crazy guy who thinks, I don't know, like one of those shows is everything is real. Like the president was elected on Dynasty or so. I don't even understand half of what he's saying half the time. It's all vapes all the way down. I mean, vaping though is pretty cool. I'm trying to sell like an 80-year-old woman on starting vaping.
You know what's good for your skin?
Yeah, why don't you quit smoking in literally the 60s?
You know what's good for your skin, actually? It's mostly water.
Yeah.
It's vaping, yeah.
It's mostly
incredible.
water.
Eddie Speaks, what do you think? What's next for Eddie Speaks in this life?
I think that Eddie has a whole moment. He has a 15 seconds of fame. He puts out an absolutely terrible hour of Tartarian ramblings on YouTube. And it hits for like a minute. He's on everybody's TikTok talking about the truth. And then comedy just completely burns him out, eats him out from the inside. He gets depressed. He gets rid of all of his social media and goes to one of the few states that allow somebody who's been kicked out of teaching for conspiracy theories to go back into teaching history, and resumes life.
Dude, he's
a
gonna
quiet
love life
life
in
as
Utah.
a teacher
in Texas.
Yeah, Texas, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Utah, Texas, one of them. Excellent. And Larry, aka Jesus Christ.
Okay, so Jesus Christ is all over Tubi.
So all the Tubi originals are Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ
He's got
has
Tubi original.
several comedy specials. They're all approximately 30 minutes long. They're incoherent, and they're all on Tubi.
Literally on Tubi.
There's Reza Laughter. Reza Laughter 2. Guess who's dropped down again? Jesus Christ Superstar with a question mark, and it says not yet, but soon.
Hat on a hat.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Who's cross now?
Jesus Christ, the revelation.
Okay. the last temptation of Jesus Christ.
A revelation. Jesus Christ, a revelation.
Well, beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much. Sorry we went a little long, but that is Road Warriors, a stand-up comedy odyssey.
No, thank you. Thanks for running that for us, Miel.
Yeah.
That was tons of fun. Tons of fun. We will have to have y'all back on at some point to maybe talk about the design process. I mean, we looked a little bit under the hood tonight, but it would be fun to talk more about that.
Absolutely.
We'll be back, I think, in September, I think is the plan.
Yes.
Come back and do some...
Yeah, we have an interview, so we'll talk about how you design the game, and we can get into sort of, we can even get spicy about things you're still working on, or other ways it could go down. But I do think obviously it works to model the different phases. You have the different kind of classes of comedian, the playbooks, and overall it obviously sets up a good old weird time. And the adventure writing is very, very weird, and I appreciate that in the book, for example, the GMing section actually does have advice for the GM on designing these really awkward encounters, which I loved. I loved learning a little bit, getting into your heads about
trying to systematize that process has been really crazy.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I've run this particular adventure. So thank you for being my guinea pigs for that. Getting my hands around this.
As soon as we rolled up to the funeral.
Yeah, we'll talk more about writing for it. Yeah, in September. And I think so people know, if you're watching this, in the VOD or listen to the podcast before September, the GameFound crowdfunding campaign will be live in September, and also you can pick up the quick start right now on itch, so drop that link in, it'll be in the chat, and come on back. We'll have, this is basically a little series. We had David on to sort of just workshop, talk through game stuff in general, and talked a little about the kind of grinder character generator, and then this is the game itself, and then in September the finished game will be for sales. But yeah, you can get the free quick start right now. And thanks so much to all of Don't Go Broke Games, which is, I think, not only y'all, but actually some other people as well. So thanks to everyone.
We've got another couple of people. We got an artist and a sort of land
literally in the
designer.
room.
Yeah.
There's our artist, Alexi Nissenboim,
Nice.
everybody.
Awesome.
Well,
yeah.
good work,
Hey, what's up?
everybody involved.
So, yeah.
The ash can, the kind of quick start guide you have is fantastic. It's really well written. The art for it is great. I can't wait to see more. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching and or listening and joining in for lots of chortles, yucks, and laughter here tonight on Why We Roll. Thanks for listening to Why We Roll.
Our theme music is by the brilliant Sam Tyndall and Arpline.
If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us on all social media at Stillfleet. You can find out more about Danse Macabre, Stillfleet, and all of our games over at stillfleet.com.